I have a couple note cards talking about less about this specific painting and more about the series that I'm making, because this is the first painting of a larger series that I've only just started, and I'm so excited about. I'm so excited about this series. So here's the idea is I'd like to talk about the series, but I have not yet written an artist statement about the work. Artist statements are pretty hard to come up with. They are hard to describe the image in a way that gives insight into the work without being pretentious, in a way that actually uncovers something in the work, not just projects what should be there or what the artist wants to be there. It's hard to not tell you what to feel. And so I've written a couple different just ideas, just thoughts, kind of little drafts of artist statements, if you will. And none of them are complete. None of this is a rough draft in video form. And I'd like to read these out and take a drink between each note card. I would love to do that. Let's get started, shall we? Oh, that's someone else's. That's a different YouTuber's thing. Um, let's talk about art. This piece is the first, the poster child, the start of my series titled, I already have my series title. I had my series title before I painted the first painting for it. The series title is The World is on Fire, but I Still Live Here. And there's a lot to that. There's a lot to those two sentiments put together. It covers a lot of emotional ground, for me at least. And I deeply believe that I'm not alone in the emotions it brings up. But here are a few draft statements about what exactly this painting and the larger series means. The world is on fire, but I still live here, has so much to say, and I don't know how to say it all. That's why I paint and drink. The world is on fire, have you noticed? I mean everything and getting worse. It's all one can do to function under that pressure. Why am I reading these like slam poems? They are not slam poems. And drink. All that I love is up in flames because the world is on fire. It's everything, and it's still getting worse. And it's all I can do to keep acting like this is normal as we slip into a state of chaos that will leave everything changed. In short, it's too much. It's too much to hold on to the panic and the responsibility from waking up too tired in the morning to not sleeping at night because of blue light and stress. I can't go on this way. No one can. We are all going to fry the empathy and care right out of ourselves. Somehow we have to not just care about it all, we have to care about ourselves too. The World is on Fire, but I'm Still Here is my series of works about finding moments of peace shining through the thick chaos. All of it matters, but I can't help any of it all of the time. I've learned for myself that beauty keeps me engaged in life. I'm still open to the world because I pay attention to the simple marvels of it. What never fails to capture my awe is the presence of vibrant color. I love the way a yellow light bulb reflects off a shiny surface and makes the blues around it more green. I'm entranced with the natural compositions of objects and life around me that show evidence of a daily life wading through it. I don't want to put myself directly in the shot every time, but I'm always there through the warp of a camera lens or the reflection of a glass ceiling. I love blur and distortion from the camera lens because it shows that these moments are only here because I took a picture. My camera is my greatest appreciator of the beautiful things around me. I love to whip it out of my pocket 15 times an hour and collect the wonderful things around me. It's all a matter of looking. The more used to looking for awe you are, the more of it you'll find. My camera album is a collection of moments in my life that give me the strength to keep going and a reminder that little things really matter. And drink. You want my advice? Find some colored lights. Get some reflective things. Change the lighting up and look around. Notice the colors. Notice the beauty. Feel wonder and joy and appreciation for the vivid, fascinating world around you with colors and light and change and hope. And drink. I also love the camera being just as present as anything it shows. The wide warp, the distortion of a long shutter, blur, that kind of thing. I like showing that this moment exists still because a camera took a picture of it. I didn't paint from sight. I couldn't. And drink. It's about place. It's about being here now. That matters, even if it's all oblivion. And drink. I believe in entropy. Now is the only moment that ever matters. But far from seizing the day, I take that to mean enjoy the day. More like don't stress through the day. Not hedonistic, a little hedonistic, but mostly just not mentally ill. And drink. It's carving I was here into a tree. It's self-portraiture. Drink. It's about meeting the challenges of today with the you that you are today. Not waiting for a more perfect moment or an easier time or the stars to align. That future, you will have future things. You're living in the current moment, and that's all we ever have. It's like you're walking on a wheel. The top of your head touches this vast space floating above you. That's time. The wheel behind you is the past. The wheel in front of you is the future. But the only place on this wheel in which you can experience time is the present. The past doesn't exist. The future doesn't exist. They're concepts. Now is not a concept. And drink. There are little moments of time when I can look around me and say, huh, wow, that's actually really pretty cool. Where I can see beauty in this space in time, just how things are right there and right then. My head is usually a cluttered place of much doom and gloom. This painting series is a collection of moments in my life that I stopped, took a breath, and saw the beauty. And drink. Last one. The world is on fire, but I still live here is about existing when it's impossible. I feel like society is burning along with the environment, and I'm going to work each day because I still have to pay my bills. And I wonder how long that will extend. I think of a story I heard about the wildfire in Australia in 2020. All the fire alarms in many communities were going off constantly because of the amount of smoke in the air. As their security systems told them to leave for their safety, public officials told them not to. And they stayed, because what else would they do? I think about this every time I hear of an area long ravaged by danger, such as armed fighting or regular natural disaster. I wonder, why don't they just leave? I understand now it's not that simple. That sometimes your whole life is there, and most people can't afford to uproot spontaneously. This series is about that too. About what it looks like as you stay in the building and turn the alarms off. It's all impossible and dreadful. But I'm still here. I don't really have a succinct takeaway. If I could write that, I would have been able to script this video, and I wouldn't be drunk right now. But I guess my ad-libbed takeaway is that you matter. You make the people around you feel things about you. You can confuse people. You can cheer them up. You can be really mean and tear them down. And that matters. The world is so complicated and so busy and so awful and so, my goodness, unsavable. I don't believe in a God, but I do believe in the people around me, that everyone is trying their best. Everyone believes what they believe because they think it's what's right. And I think that the more love we spread, the more beauty we marvel in, the more positive our own impacts can be. That's my takeaway. That's the end of the video. I know this was a weird one. I will go back to scripting and storytelling and painting for most of my videos, but I hope to do some kind of video like this every once in a while. But that's all for this one. I'll see you next time. You know, I wore heels in my own garage, in my own free time, just for you. That's all.